Okay, students, let us now discuss the concept of shunt. Now, to understand the concept of shunt, first of all, we will discuss about a brief discussion of a galvanometer. See here, this is a galvanometer, and the amount of current which it could pass through it is Ig. Means the range of, suppose this galvanometer can measure up to the range 0.1 to 10 microampere. It means the maximum current which this galvanometer can measure is 10 microampere, right? So basically this galvanometer is used to measure the small currents. But what about if we need to measure the larger current, or what if large amount of current is being passed through that instrument? So naturally in that case that instruments will burn out due to excess current, right? So in such situation what we have to do, we connect a small resistance, a low resistance in parallel to this galvanometer, which is known as shunt. This is known as shunt. So in that case, if we want to pass the more amount of current, suppose I amount of current we need to pass through this galvanometer, then Ig amount of current will pass through it, and rest of the current I minus Ig will pass through this shunt. No doubt in that case the galvanometer which was initially measuring the current Ig only, the scale will measure the current which will pass through this plus this, means total I current will be measured by the galvanometer. So we can say that on adding the shunt we can increase the range of the galvanometer, and the division, each division which is measuring the current, okay, which was measuring the current Ig will now measure the current I. Okay, so the shunt is actually the low resistance which is connected in parallel to the galvanometer. Now let us find out what amount of current will go through the galvanometer and what amount of current will go to the shunt. Now since this shunt is being connected in parallel to the galvanometer, so it means the potential difference across this G and across this shunt will be equal. So we can say that Vg is equal to Vs. So in that case also we know that I is equal to Ig plus Is, right? And from this we can find out Is is equal to I minus Ig, and Ig is equal to I minus Is. Now Vg is what? Vg is the voltage across the galvanometer, so that will be written as Vg into capital G, where capital G is the resistance of the galvanometer and Ig is the current which is being passed through the galvanometer. Okay. Similarly, Vs can be written as Is into S, where S represents the shunt of the resistance of the shunt. Okay. So in that case, firstly we can put the value of Is from here. So Ig, capital G, is equal to Is is I minus Ig into S. So what we need to find out? We need to find out Ig from here. So taken this Ig to left hand side, Ig taken common, this would be G plus S is equal to Is, or Ig current is equal to Is G plus S. From this equation we also can find out the value of shunt which is to be connected in parallel to the galvanometer so that it can measure the full current I. Okay. Similarly, if we put in this equation the value of Ig from there, right? So in that case this is Ig could be written as I minus Is into G is equal to Is into S. So this Is is taken to that side. This is Ig is equal to Is taken common, G plus S, or Is is equal to I upon this is Ig, this is Is, G plus S. Okay, this is Is taken this side, so Ig upon G plus S. So similar to that we have calculated the value of current which could pass through the shunt. Okay, so these are two values of the current which could pass through either from shunt or from the galvanometer, and the arrangement in which the low resistance shunt is being connected to the galvanometer is said to be converted into ammeter. In our next video we will study about how ammeter, how a galvanometer can act as a ammeter to measure the large amount of currents.